Let's welcome you to Romania and start our orientation journey by saying Bine ai venit. Greetings may vary by the region, time of the day and situation, but you can usually say Bună ziua, day, or Bună seara, night. Handshakes are common when people meet for the first time and introduce themselves. The most common greetings between friends are Salut, Servus, mostly used in Transylvania, Ciao, mostly used in big cities and in Western Romania, and Bună. Short conversation example.
Exemplu de conversație scurtă.
Hi, hello.
Bună, salut.
My name is.
Eu sunt George.
I'm Amina. Happy to meet you.
Îmi pare bine.
How are you?
Ce faci?
I'm fine, thank you.
Bine, mulțumesc.
Goodbye. Bye-bye.
La revedere. Pa!
Romania is situated in the southeastern part of Europe and shares borders with Hungary to the northwest, Serbia to the southwest, Bulgaria to the south, the Black Sea to the southeast, Ukraine to the east and to the north, and the Republic of Moldova to the east. Romania has a temperate climate with 4 seasons. Spring, between March and May, is pleasant with cool mornings and nights and warm days. Days get longer, the snow melts in the mountains, the trees are full of flowers, and the grass again turns green. Summer, between June and August-September, is quite warm. Even very warm in July and August, with extended sunny days. Autumn, between October and November, is dry and cool, with trees producing colorful foliage. Temperatures drop and the day gets shorter. Winter, between December and February, can be cold, especially in the mountains. Abundant snowfalls may occur throughout the country, from December to mid-February. The temperatures fall below zero, sometimes far below zero. Romania is composed equally of mountains, plateaus, and plains. The Carpathian Mountains are a popular destination for leisure activities including skiing, climbing, hiking, or biking. Most of the Romania's rivers spring from the Carpathian Mountains. Europe's second largest river, the Danube, flows through southern Romania. The river divides into 3 branches forming the Danube Delta. It is a UNESCO biosphere reservation as well as a natural habitat for rare species of plants and animals. The Danube flows into the Black Sea. The Black Sea is a continental sea with a low salinity and water temperatures of 25 to 30 degrees Celsius in the summertime. Its wide, sandy beaches facing east and southeast are an important tourist attraction from May until September. There are 9 regions without specific administrative status: Banat, Bucovina, Crișana, Dobrogea, Maramureș, Moldova, Muntenia, Oltenia, and Transylvania. Romania is divided in 41 counties composed of urban areas, cities and towns, and rural areas, comune, including one or several villages, sate. The largest cities are Bucharest, with over 2.1 million inhabitants. It is followed by Iași, Timișoara, Cluj-Napoca, Constanța, Craiova, Galați, Brașov, Ploiești, Oradea in terms of inhabitants. Bucharest is the capital of Romania. It is the southeast of Romania, on the banks of the Dâmbovița River. Bucharest is one of the prosperous cities in Romania and is one of the main industrial centers and transportation hubs of Eastern Europe. Bucharest is subdivided into 6 sectors, each governed by a local mayor. Romania is a semi-presidential democracy based on a bicameral parliament, the Chamber of Deputies and the Senate. The parliament discusses and approves all the laws that govern the society. Members of the parliament are directly elected from Romania's 41 counties. The elections are through universal suffrage. The voting age is 18. There are 465 members of the parliament, 329 deputies and 136 senators. Elections for the parliament are normally organized every 4 years. The government is the executive power, and it is entrusted with the implementation of the internal and foreign affairs policy of the country and with the management of the public administration. The Prime Minister, based at Victoria Palace, Bucharest, is the head of government and picks the members of his/her cabinet, which is subject to a parliamentary vote of approval. The President is the head of the state, responsible for the foreign and defense policy with executive powers. The President represents the state and is the safeguard of the national independence, unity, and territorial integrity of the country. Romania's President can serve 2 consecutive 5-year terms. During the term, the President cannot be a member of any political party. The President is directly elected through a 2-round system. The public administration consists of 2 main categories of public authorities: central public authorities, government, ministries, and other administrative autonomous authorities. That is, the Ombudsman, the Supreme Council of National Defense, local public authorities, county council, the local council, the mayor's office, and the local public services. All cities and comune are governed by a local mayor elected every 4 years. Local public services are organized by the mayor's office and the local councils and include areas such as public transportation, school infrastructure, fire protection, local police, parks, community water, energy and waste systems, parking, etc. There are 4 historical regions: Moldavia, Wallachia, Transylvania, and Dobruja. Although there are slight differences in terms of culture and level of development, the form of government, the legislation, and the governance are the same across the country. Romania's history is deeply related to its geographical position. Its history is a history of borders, on the outskirts of the Roman or the Byzantine Empire, as well as at the outer limits of the Ottoman, Russian empires, or later Western expansion. Let's see some of the historical milestones. The beginnings are around 7044 BC. Dacian king Burebista controlled the territory of modern-day Romania and created a powerful Dacian kingdom. In 106 AD, Romans conquered Dacia and turned it into a province of the Roman Empire, until leaving the territory in 271 AD. Around the 4th century AD, Christianity is gradually adopted by the Daco-Roman, Latin-speaking people. During this time and until the 9th century, nomadic tribes, Goths, Visigoths, Huns, Slavs invade Dacia. During the 13th century, the principalities of Wallachia and Moldavia are established. Transylvania becomes an autonomous principality under Hungarian rule until 1526. The 14th and 15th century mark the resistance of the principalities against the Ottoman Empire expansion. Iancu de Hunedoara, voivode of Transylvania, Vlad Țepeș, voivode of Wallachia, and Ștefan cel Mare, voivode of Moldavia, are known as heroes of the anti-Ottoman struggle. In 1715, the Phanariot Greek governors began to rule Moldavia and Wallachia on behalf of the Ottoman Empire and launch administrative reforms. In 1821, the Ottoman Empire seized Bessarabia, the eastern part of Moldavia, to the Russian Empire and allows it to oversee the administration of Wallachia and Moldavia. In 1856, the Russian Empire control over Moldavia and Wallachia ends. In 1859, Alexandru Ioan Cuza is proclaimed Prince of Moldavia. Moldavia and Wallachia unite to form a national state, Romania. Romania engages in an ambitious policy of economic, political, military, educational, and social reform, encompassing a parliament, land reform, and the adoption of the civil code. In 1881, Romania becomes a kingdom. Under King Ferdinand I, Romania enters World War I in 1916. After the end of the war, in 1918, Bessarabia, Bukovina, Banat, and Transylvania unite with the Kingdom of Romania. On the 1st of December 1918, in a public meeting which took place in Alba Iulia, representatives of Romanians from Banat and Transylvania proclaimed the unification with Romania. This day is the National Day of Romania. In 1941, Romania enters World War II against the Soviet Union. After the end of the war, in 1947, King Michael is forced to abdicate. Communists proclaim Romania as People's Republic. After 1967, Romania enters the era of Nicolae Ceausescu, Communist Party leader since 1965, who merges leadership of state and party. The 1980s are known for the austerity program aimed at reducing Romania's foreign debts. This leads to food shortages and power cuts. Severe restrictions on civil rights were also imposed. In 1989, Romanians unite in protests against the communist regime, resulting in a national uprising that finally upset Ceausescu. In 1990, the first multi-party free elections after the World War II were held in Romania. The first years after the 1990 marked transition to market economy and socio-democratic values. In 2004, Romania joined NATO, followed by the accession to the European Union in 2007. The way we collectively think, feel, and act defines our culture. Let's continue the orientation journey by discovering several cultural practices in Romania. The Căluș ritual dance is a male group dance with a healing effect. The dance movements symbolize the trample and the behavior of the horse and is highly acrobatic. Drăgaica, known as well as Sânzienele, is a ritual celebrated on the 21st of June to mark the summer solstice. The ritual involves young women. The central point of the ritual is their dance. It is believed that on that night the skies open and magic things can happen. It is also believed that the ritual is for the fruits to rot faster. Other traditions include babele, mărțișorul, mucenicii, printed Easter eggs, men's group colindat, doina, ia, the Romanian traditional blouse, or the craftsmanship of Horezu ceramics. In Romanian larger cities, there are trams, buses, and trolleys. In Bucharest, there is also a subway network. Each time you use a public transportation, you must validate a travel ticket, electronic card. Otherwise, you may risk paying a fine. In all cities, there are special places, kiosks, near or in the public transportation stations where you can buy tickets. When traveling on public transportation, pay attention to the following social rules. If you want to listen to music or watch a video on your phone, use headsets. Offer your seat to elders, the disabled, or pregnant women. Remember that the driver is not allowed to stop between the stations. Smoking is strictly forbidden in public transportation vehicles. You can cross the street only through the marked places with the pedestrian crossing sign and when the traffic light is green. Crossing through unmarked places is dangerous. Where traffic lights are not available, before crossing the street you must look both ways to ensure there is no car coming. No young children should cross the street alone. The unique emergency number is 112. This is a common emergency telephone number in nearly all states in Europe. When you call, be ready to tell the operator what your emergency is and where you are. If you cannot explain the nature of your emergency, just say help and keep the phone on. This will allow the operator to track your location. Do not call 112 without a serious reason. If you call this number without an emergency, you will be fined. The police are responsible for public order and safety. You can see police officers on the streets patrolling on foot or by car. Be respectful to the police officers, but do not fear them. If an officer is asking you to stop and to show your ID, it is very important not to run and to cooperate. The police officer is required to talk respectfully and respect your rights. it is illegal to offer money to police officers or public servants. This can lead to unpleasant situations for you. The prices in shops are not negotiable. The only accepted currency is lei, International Currency Code RON. If you have a different currency, you can exchange the money into RON at any bank or exchange office. If you have a banking card, you may use it to pay in almost all large shops and in some small or medium shops. Romania's cuisine is predominantly meat-based. Pork is the most popular meat, followed by chicken and beef, then by fish and lamb. Many vegetables are grown and may accompany the meat dishes. Following are Romania's specialties. Sarmale are rolls of rice, vegetables, and minced meat wrapped in cabbage leaves. Salata de vinete is roast eggplant or eggplant salad with onions. Mici is mixed meat sausages, are served at outdoor celebrations, accompanied by beer. Ciorbă de burtă is tripe soup made with beef tripe, garlic, sour cream, and vinegar. In Romania, institutions and organizations except the police, hospitals, and fire brigades are closed on Saturdays and Sundays. If you have a problem to solve, plan to address it on weekdays, Monday to Friday. During the weekend, most shops, museums, restaurants, etc. are open. Education is compulsory for 10 years. Public education is provided for free. The teaching language is Romanian and classes are mixed, boys and girls. However, there are also educational institutions where the teaching language is different from Romanian. Example, German, Hungarian, Ukrainian, Bulgarian, etc., respectively the languages of national minorities in Romania. The education system has the following structure: early childhood education and care, nursery, 0 to 3 years old; preschool education, kindergarten, 3 to 5 years old; primary education, preparatory year, 6 years old, and primary classes, 7 to 10 years old; secondary education, gymnasium, 11 to 14 years old, and high school, 15 till 19 years old. Post-secondary education, it lasts from 1 to 3 years and ensures a professional qualification in fields such as electronics, informatics, agriculture, forestry, economy, energy, tourism, health, aesthetics. University education, bachelor degree, 3 or 4 years, master degree, 1 or 2 years, and PhD degree, 3 years. The sooner the enrollment of children in school and in Romanian language courses, the easier their and your integration will be. Have the same access to healthcare as for Romanian citizens. You must enroll in the National Health Insurance Scheme, pay the monthly health insurance fee, and register with a general practitioner, GP. Emergency medical services are provided free of charge. In case of an emergency, accident, burns, cuts, etc., you can call 112 free number for an ambulance. The ambulance service is free of charge, as is the medical care and any type of medical surgical interventions provided in response to an emergency. Getting a job must be a priority, especially if you have been granted international protection. This is essential so that you can support your family. You have the same access to the labor market as Romanian citizens. You are eligible to begin work at the age of 16 years old. Where to find a job? You are eligible for job services from the country employment agencies, AGOFM. In addition, you may search for jobs online, look in local newspapers, ask your friends, or start as a volunteer at local NGOs. Once you have identified a position, you need to apply by sending a resume, curriculum vitae, and a cover letter. Counselors and regional integration centers can help you prepare the resume and cover letter, and also help you prepare for the interview. It is very important to be legally employed with a contract to enjoy all the social rights. Working without a contract exposes you to risks such as poor working conditions, a wage lower than the one you agreed upon initially, late payment for work done, and social contributions not paid for by your employer. In cities, blocks of flats are most common. In rural areas, living in a house is more common. Apartments and homes can be rented or bought, furnished or unfurnished. How can you find housing? Ask friends if they have or know other people who rent out living spaces. Search in newspapers. Check online or get in touch with a real estate agency. All people legally residing in Romania have the same fundamental rights, liberties, and responsibilities established by the Constitution. Fundamental liberties: freedom of speech, movement, thinking and opinions, religious beliefs. Fundamental rights: right to life and psychic and physical integrity, private life, general protection of persons and property defense. Equality: citizens are equal in front of law. Nobody is above the law. Women and men are equal. Women are free to choose their education and profession, to have children or not. Right to access justice, information, culture, clean environment, employment, social protection, healthcare. Right to non-discrimination based on race, gender, sexual orientation, religious beliefs, ethnicity, age, physical or mental disabilities. Rights come with responsibilities. It is your responsibility to know, respect, follow, and defend the law, to treat others equally and with dignity, to respect the privacy of others, to support and advocate for social justice, and actively care for the environment. This was a very short journey which does not end here. It is for you now to discover Romania and feel like home. We invite you to watch a selection of landscapes from Romania.